When the enemy cannot get to you, he will use the person nearest to you. So for anybody who's on that spiritual journey and they're trying to just do the right thing and live on the right path and live according to God's word, I'm letting you know now, when they say you're called to suffering, you're called to suffering. And within that suffering, the enemy is going to try so many different tactics to get to you, to hurt you, to get you discouraged, to get you knocked off the track that God has you on, leading you to your promises. With me, a specific example he gave me in my life was when I was going through a lot. I was depressed. I was getting out of a toxic relationship. Like, I just was not, I didn't really know who I was. Like, it was just all bad for me, for real. And I was going through grief. So it was just hard. And I was like, I only found myself hanging with like this one female at the time. And mind you, she was the same female that was around me during the time of seeing me hurt, seeing me depressed. She was the main one telling me, like, you really gonna let this get you down like that? Like, you better than that. You stronger than that. Like, you better get up. Like, I wasn't eating. Literally laying on her couch, I would not eat. And she was like, you really not gonna eat? Like, wow, really? Like, you know, it was like she was like a reality check for me at that time. Like, she was that pick me up at that time for me. Love her for it. Appreciate her for it. Never forget her for it. You know what I'm saying? And she kind of kept me motivated in that time of where I didn't want to keep going. You know, I just wanted to wallow in my misery by myself to bed. That's kind of just that's the mindset I was in at the time. And she was that person like, no, you ain't doing that on my watch. Sorry. Like, and because of how aggressive her personality was, like, she's from New York. So, like, because of how aggressive her personality was, it made me, like, laugh. Like, she's dead serious. Like, like, that's how I look at it. Like, she's dead serious. And, like, even though she's dead serious, I still didn't want to do it. And it was just funny to me at the time. But like I said, I appreciate it so much. So basically, I ended up moving into my own place because she had let me stay with her for like a month and a half or something like that. She had let me stay with her in that time to get my stuff, to get everything together, because like I said, I left relationship and I left everything behind. I didn't take nothing with me. So I moved into my new place or whatever, and I was going through things there still, like, just mentally, you know, just still going through that process of healing. And at the time, I just didn't want to be around nobody. And then randomly, but I would be around her. And then randomly, like, she came out of nowhere with, like, these accusations. Like, I was messing with her boyfriend, and now her boyfriend said that she should watch me, and all types of stuff. And I'm like, what? Like, watch me for what? Like, I was so confused. Like, watch me for what? And I guess it was like because I wanted him or something like that. I don't know. So then whatever, we had a conversation. Time went by, so we let it go or whatever. And then she brought it back up again. And she kept bringing it back up. Like, every couple months, I swear, it was brought back up. And for me, it was like, okay, at this point, I'm cool on you. I don't want to be cool with you. Like, you're weird. You're being weird. Like, and it was, for me, it was hurtful because it's like, I never, for one, that just lets you know what you think about me and the character that I am, even though I've been around you for these last couple, how many years? And you know what I'm saying? You just, like, anybody's going to get mad at you keep accusing somebody of something they didn't do. That's something I would take anybody off, especially me. So I was just irritated and looking at her like, I can't believe I've been around you all this time and you just weird. Like, where did it come from? And that's where I had me questioning, like, where did this come from? Because she did not act like this. Like, who is she for real? And mind you, I kept in mind, like, okay, she went through some things too. So I kept that in mind. And it's like, as I prayed and I stayed away from her, I just stayed away from her because it got to a point where it's like I was ready to the whole life fight her. Like in my head, I'm like, if she come to me one more time about this same thing, I'm going to be ready to fight her. And once I fight you, I'm done with you. Like, so I told myself, like, just stay away from her. Mind you, we worked together, and we sat right across from each other. So I'm like, okay, just ignore her, whatever, and let her think whatever she want to think. Because at the end of the day, I knew that I didn't do anything wrong, and I knew that God knew the truth. So I'm like, whatever, she gonna end up finding out later. And in that time, I'm telling you, God revealed to me that People will project their issues on you. People will make you feel hurt and make you try to question who you are, because they don't know who they are, because they're going through their own problems and don't know how to understand them. And basically, it turned out that I guess the dude had said something to her to make her feel like we had something going on. But either way, for me, it was like, I don't care about none of that. It's a simple fact, the relationship we had, and you let in somebody that you met for how long come and interfere with our friendship based off of what he's telling you. That's just not solid to me. So I just was looking at her funny for a while, and then God started revealing to me like I don't know, in that time when I was praying about it and I was hurt by it and things like that, me, it was somebody that I was rocking with every day, every single day, like with them from sun up to sundown type thing, like a best friend for real. So I'm like, it was hurtful to me, because it was like, wow, like, that's how you really feel about me? That's crazy. Like, and it was just little things that I was seeing within her as time went by that made me like, yeah, you one of the people I can't have around me too much, because you're telling what you're capable of. You just made up this whole lie and brought people in it and everything just to try to figure out if somebody else was lying the whole time you lying. Like, who does that? Like, that's just weird. So anyways, as I prayed about it and things like that, and God showed me like people project their own pain on you, I had come to terms that I'm not even going to be mad at you. I'm not even going to argue with you. I'm not going to do none of that. I'm going to just stay away from you and pray for you, sis, because clearly you're going through something. Whether you know it now or not, I knew that she was going through something spiritually. Like, it was deeper than the surface for real. And as time went by, like, I straight up told her, like, I know the enemy's using you right now, because there's nobody else around me that he can use. There's nothing else around me that's happening in this natural world that's bothering me, and that I'm letting take over what it is I have my mind set to, which was God at the time. So I told her to her face, like, I know the enemy's using you. I was like, and that's cool, because I can decipher that. I was like, but for me, like I said, even though I know that, it's still hurtful coming from a place of, I'm around you, we friends, that's still hurtful. That would hurt anybody's feelings. So that was that. And then like, I would say more so this year, God's been revealing to me that it's not always the people, because it was a situation I had with me and my father, and it was like he was showing me that it's not always the people. Don't get mad at the people for the things that they do to you, because they don't know what they're doing. Like the word says, for they do not know what they're doing. So don't get mad at the people or how they choose to hurt you, because it's not necessarily the people, it's the spirit behind those people. And that's something I had to keep in mind for him and for her. Like, it's not y'all. I'm not mad at y'all. I love y'all for real. Like, and it's always going to be love there. I'm that person that really is going to say it's all love. Like, I'm not tripping about it. Like, it hurt me then, but I moved on. Like, I'm cool. I know how to get past it. I've always known how to bounce back. Always. And I got God on my side. I'm cool. But I definitely acknowledge the fact that you will find yourself in this world getting mad at people for the things that they do to you. And it could be the most hurtful things. And you find yourself really mad at those people, like, I'm not talking to them, I'm cutting them off, da-da-da-da-da-da-da, but be ready to whole life fight them. And it's not even that person, like, because you can tell, like, the heart those people have. In my specific situation, I knew the hearts that the people I was around had. I knew they had good hearts. I knew that. But, so that's what really had me confused, is what's going on? Why are they doing this to me? I don't understand it. And that's why it was so hurtful, because I didn't understand. But once I got in God's presence and he showed me, like, it's not them, it's the spirit behind them. It's that enemy working. He's working and overpowering them at this time, and he's just they're attacking you. They're attacking you because the enemy also knows the promises I have on my life. He knows where I'm going and exactly what season I'm in. So he's going to try to use anything he can. And when anything he can, far as things on the outside, he try to use and it does not work, he's going to come for the people closest to you. He don't care if it's your wife, your sister, your brother, your best friend. He's going to use whoever gives him that open door to be used. So what I'm saying to y'all today is pray for y'all circle. Pray for the people near y'all. Pray for God to release those army of angels to protect you at all times, and no matter what situation you're in, what atmosphere you're in, protect you. And always learn how to pay attention to people's actions, and if you know the people that you're even really around, or pay attention to their pain, because sometimes their pain will tell you a lot. Like they say, hurt people. Behind that pain, behind those actions, there's a spirit working behind that. There's a spirit working behind that aggressiveness. There's a spirit working behind that sadness. There's a spirit working behind all of those things. And at the end of the day, just don't open the door. Shut the door. Shut the door each and every time. Because as soon as you notice it, just shut the door on that whole situation, and pray about it. And if God wants that door to be open, guess what? He'll open it back up. And if he don't, it won't. But trust God, y'all. And all you do, trust God. Do not lean on your own understanding, but pray about it, and he will give you clarity, and he will give you confirmation. So, yeah, that's my word for today. Have a good day.